Thursday, November 12th, 2020, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So, is the UK economy out of recession? One of my viewers made a comment in my first video from today. This is my second video. Usually don't make two videos, but I think it's appropriate that I make another video. He commented, I just heard on the radio that GDP was up 15% and that we're out of a recession. Well, is the UK economy really out of a recession? Does it look like there's a lot going on out there right now? Was there a lot going on in the previous 7-8 months? No, I don't think so. Has confidence in the economy grown? Have small businesses really done well? Are they thinking forward like great prospects? Are mom and pop businesses thinking, oh, we need to invest, we need to hire people? Are they really doing that? No. So let's dissect the numbers, because I would say these TV channels that come out, I don't know if he heard that on the BBC or Sky News or ITV or ITN or any other mainstream media network channel. I don't know which one, and that's why I don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV for 5 years, but I look at the data here. So we're going to go into investing.com. These numbers came out at 7 a.m. this morning. UK numbers before this crisis started earlier this year used to come out at 9:30. So they've changed the time that numbers come out as well. I don't know why. If there's something they're thinking about there, maybe trying to keep the markets calm, because by 9:30 the markets are open. So they wheel out these numbers very early these days. It could be because of that. These are the same people, of course, the Office for National Statistics. Keep in mind, they're the same people who are keeping track of the data for the crisis. So I would take this with a big pinch of salt as well. These data, I think it's even worse. So I think what my viewer was talking about was the GDP for the third quarter, a quarter-on-quarter number compared to the second quarter. Yes, it did go up 15.5%. It is actually worse than expected. Markets don't like that. Markets, when the numbers come out, if it's worse than expected, that's not good for the markets in terms of the strength of the economy. It was expected 15.8. So now let's look at how this number that came out today, how it was in the previous month. So as you can see here, for September, this number dropped by 19.8%. So now for November, this number has risen by 15.5%. And if you look back in August, it dropped by 2.2. In June, it dropped by 2.2. In May, it was actually unchanged. In April, it was unchanged. It was slightly higher in February, and this is before the crisis. It was only growing by 0.4%. In December of last year, it was going by 0.5%. And this is the interesting point here. In November of last year, before this crisis started, this GDP, quote-unquote GDP, that dropped by 0.3%. Before that, it dropped by 0.2 in October. So we had 2 consecutive months there of negative quarter-on-quarter growth, which is already a recession. So the recession really started late last year. It wasn't because of this crisis. This crisis has just accentuated. And I would say going forward, the economy is going to drop back into negative territory, especially after 1 month of lockdown. I mean, it's not going to go up, right? If we shut most of the economy down, it's not going to go up. So the other number I wanted to show you is the year-on-year number. So for the third quarter, compared to the third quarter of last year, the economy is down 9.6%. So now let's look at this number as well in detail. So as you can see here, 9.6%. So the previous number that came out in September, the economy was down 21.5%. So to say that the UK economy is not in a recession anymore is not really truthful, I would say. These people on TV or whoever's giving them this information is not really dissecting the data like we're doing here. So for the last 4 quarters, we've had really bad negative or shrinkage of the economy. Yes, we did bounce 15.5% compared to the 20% drop that we had in September. That was quarter on quarter, but year on year, we're still down about 10%. And in the previous quarter, we're down over 20% year on year. So they make it very confusing, of course. There's the quarter on quarter. There's also quarter on quarter compared to the previous month. There's quarter on quarter compared to the previous year. And I think that's what we need to focus on. The fact that in the last 2 quarters, the economy has shrunk on a year-to-year basis or on an annual basis by 22% and now by 10%. And I don't think it's going to get any better. I would wish very much for things to get back to how they used to be, back to normal in terms of how we live. I'm not saying in terms of how the powers that be operate, be it fiscal or monetary powers that be, but I mean by being able to be free to do whatever we see fit, as long as we don't hurt anyone else or commit any crimes. We should be free to do anything that we please. And I hope we do go back to that. But I have a feeling they're trying to push us away from that. And even if there's no lockdown anymore and things go the way they want, I don't think the economy is ever gonna recover as well as it was doing prior to this crisis. And even then, I think we were already in a recession late last year. So yeah, and I think psychology is gonna be a big thing, because the economy runs on consumer or the individual's psychology. If people are confident about their future, if people are confident about their jobs, if people are confident about the fact that they will have a steady income, they will take on more debt, they will spend more, they will go on holidays more, they'll go out more, their discretionary spending will be higher. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So don't be fooled by the BBC or whoever came out and said that the UK is not in a recession anymore. And I think nothing changes. The powers that be are going to have to continue to inflate the system to try to keep it going through more fiscal spending, through more money printing, as we've seen the Bank of England announce an extra 150 billion. So yeah, savings, the value of your savings, if you keep them in pounds, is going to continue to dwindle. The cost of living is going to keep going up, even as the economy shrinks, even if we are still in a recession. And that's the thing about inflation and the loss of confidence in the currency. It doesn't happen when an economy is strong and you have strong GDP growth. It happens exactly in this kind of economy that we're in, where there's a really bad recession or even Great Depression, and the fiscal and monetary authorities are actually monetizing the debt to keep things going. That's when the loss of confidence occurs. Look back at history, and I have looked back to Venezuela, back to Weimar Germany, back to France in the 1790s. In all those occasions when you had the destruction of the currency, the economies were doing really badly. The governments and the states involved in these incidents in history we're also up to here in debt, just like the UK government is. So gold and silver should protect you really well in this environment. And not only in this environment, but under our current fiat currency system, over the long term, gold and silver will protect the purchasing power of your savings. Many people have asked me over the years where they can get gold and silver, and I tell them to do their homework, go online and check for bullion dealers, coin dealers. But I also have a promo code, maneco64, with Gold Investments, who I've been dealing for many years and I trust. They're based in the City of London. If you use my promo code, you will get a 0.5% discount off any purchases with Gold Investments. Details are below in the description. You might want to also look at Glint. They hold your gold in Switzerland in a vault, in a Brinks vault, and they give you access also to a MasterCard so you can spend your gold. So there you go. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Please share it far and wide. Think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. And you can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Parler, and all these other platforms below here. I wish you all a great rest of the day. Take care. Bye.